Yeah, it's going everywhere.
So
Oh, look, what did he do there?
okay, I'm gonna check my YouTube. You know what this is? This is 3 school teachers in the 80s all standing around hunched over a VCR trying to figure out where the play button is. All right. That's exactly what this is.
Beautiful.
In
All right,
my
shout
day,
out
it
ADIKA
was
and Jeff Scott Soto.
it was beta. It was a beta machine. It was a
All right, so let me
VHS.
get rid of this and let me check the Facebook and see if we're on Fuckbook also. I don't know if it's on there too. Okay, Facebook, but log the fuck in. Come on. And
I hope whoever's watching live has some time on their hands because this is going to take a minute.
This is okay. This is okay.
okay.
This is okay. I think it's okay.
Right,
I'm trying to keep him going and being comfortable over here. Let him get comfortable. Let Ron get comfortable, right? And then me and you, we'll talk a little bit, Jeff, right now. You
guys just talk amongst yourselves.
We'll talk about some stuff right here. Okay. So Jeff Scott Soto, right now, you guys got a project right here, and people want to know about your old and new project, but the new project, really quick, Art of Anarchy, right here, and Jeff Scott Soto, you are the newest member in here in the band.
The latest Scott, the latest edition, the third Scott, the third Scott's a charm, whatever, however you want to slice it and add to it. I'll take it.
You know what? I want to go. Let's talk about the history of the Scots right here. Originally, the first Scott was
originally the Vikings came down and they crossed over and they hit to the north of the UK. And
well, the first Scott, I mean, the band. Okay. Take me back to the history of Art of Anarchy. The band formed originally.
You don't want to know.
I want to know.
You don't want to fucking know.
What year was the year it formed? Was it 2011? What was it?
2011.
2011. Okay. And the first singer for that band was?
I am not going to talk shit.
That's not
talk shit. Is that him, the first singer?
No, that's the second guy. That's the second Scott.
So here's what happened. I mean, this should really be like, there should be like a good Anvil type documentary about this band, or even better, just like some crazy movie, because people would not believe the fucking stuff that I'm not going to tell you.
Save it for the movie.
Tell me about the Anarchies.
Ooh, third Scott. So, well, it started off. I used to the Voda brothers. Let's start with them. John and Vince Voda, these 2 twin brothers from Staten Island. And I had a studio out there in the late 90s, and they would come in and they would record, and I got to know them and their parents. Sweet, it's going to be wonderful. And we always stayed in touch over the years, and little brother was watching. Hey, bop, 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 bop. So, just over the years, they did their thing, and sometimes they would work with different producers, and I would just engineer. In Brazil, obrigado, muito obrigado. So, they never got to make the album they always wanted to make. They were like these old school metalheads, and everyone was trying to change them and just turn them into the Goo Goo Dolls. Nothing against the Goo Goo Dolls, but that's like the sound of the time, and they were trying to make them sound like that. And you could almost still sometimes hear it in the ballads from the band, that sound, but it's not what they wanted to be. Yeah. And so they just kind of put it aside for a while. They tried the band thing, it wasn't working. And then in around 2008 in Vegas, I helped sort of organize this fundraiser, and they came out and they played, and it just reactivated everything for them musically, and it made them want to just start doing it again, being on stage and playing and having fun. And they hit me up early 2011. They said, there's that album that we just never got to make for us, can we do that? Can we just come into your studio? We wrote 10 songs, just the music, just guitar and drums, and we want to come in and record. I'm like, sure, come on in. So they would come in here, and in 2011, we just started laying down music. And the idea was to have different singers sing on different songs and just make it this collective album of their music with all different guests on it and everything. And thank you, Mastard 85.
So Roger's like Homer Simpson, just like squirrel.
Yeah. I get easily distracted. Anyway, so we started reaching out to different singers, and one of the first ones that agreed was Scott Weiland, and he sang a song, and it was wonderful. And then it was his team that said, "Why don't we make this a band? He'll do the whole album. We will support it. We will make this a band." So like, okay,
Yeah.
not going to say no to that. And, he did such a great job, and he banged it out, and it's like, all right, this is, wonderful. John Moyer joined as the bass player, and there you have it. Now we're a band.
Okay, so
we had this band agreement that we all signed that has it all laid out. We're members of the band. We're dividing everything this way and that, and here's what we're doing, and everything. And yeah, it was a band legally, just like this, everything.
So Scott Weiland was the first Scott to hit.
Yes,
the ground.
he was Scott number one.
Scott number one. So when you would do, okay, I know you had the GNR questions and all that stuff. Were you in GNR at the time when you were working with? Okay, so you were doing this when you weren't doing GNR, when downtime, all that stuff, right?
It was just you could juggle.
You could juggle. So you had Scott playing with you. Did that ever cause like a?
Well, here's the thing. Like he laid all the tracks.
Yeah.
We made the album, and then John Moyer had a friend who managed bands. Like, why don't we bring him in as the manager? And the original idea is that John and Vince were going to start their own record label and just put it out themselves and do everything themselves. And they even gave the advance to Weiland and everything from their own pockets and all as the label. And then when we got the manager, he was like, you know what, let's try and get a record deal and everything. So at that point, everything is starting to get very legit. Like from what started off as their personal thing, just a labor of love, is now growing quickly into this whole band with a lot of moving real pieces to it.
Yeah.
It says this must not be live.
We're live, Steve. We're live. Steve is my
Steve. It's live.
Steve
it's real. But I do that if this wasn't live. Would Debbie say it's not live? If it wasn't live?
We are live.
Could this be there?
Wait, so now go back. Let's not stray from this story. This could be good. I know. Fix your curtains. I helped you yesterday, Scott. This could be the last Scott of Anarchy right here. We might have to get
Scott of Anarchy.
Scott of Anarchy.
That's going to be my tribute band when this band breaks up.
Let me ask you a question. So wait a second. So when you're working with Scott Weiland, who's working with Velvet Revolver, had a situation with them, did Axl ever say anything, or the camp, or anybody say, hey, any
no,
grief?
it was never even discussed. I'm just, we do our own things and everyone does their thing. And I don't believe he was in Velvet at the time. In 2011, he was doing solo stuff. And in fact, we delayed the album so he could work on the Blaster album and everything. We delayed releasing it for like a year so that they wouldn't conflict. But but then what happened was when it was time to announce the band, well, there's a lot of things that happened before that, and I won't get into it, but I'll skip the condensed version. We announced that the band exists. The night before, we're all of us are like, okay, let's use this logo on the YouTube blurb. Oh, let's only do 2 songs instead of 4. Let's, is this bio okay? Yeah, everyone agrees. Good. Putting it out at this time. Boom. We put it out. It's like, oh my God, members of Guns and Disturbed and Scott Weiland form a band together. Like a good couple of hours later, Scott puts out a post saying, oh, I wish them good luck finding a new singer. But if you want to see my tour dates for Blaster, here's where I'm playing. It's like, and the label is like, I think we're going to cut those numbers in half now. And this does not look like a sure thing. And so I jumped on Rolling Stone and said something like, oh, no, nothing is in competition with the other. I'm trying to do Damage Control. It's like, look, I'm putting out my little brother album. He's putting out Blaster. Disturbed is doing things. And it's what we're supposed to be doing. We're musicians. We should be plurific? No, that would mean that there's many. No, prolific. We should be prophylactic. So we should be prolific. We should be making lots of music. Not to use such a snooty word.
Yeah.
Let me just get rid of the prolific word and just say we should be making lots of music is what musicians do. It's like you put out your own music, you put out music with other people, you're a guest here, you make as much music as you could put out into the world to be left behind after you're gone.
Absolutely.
That's what we all look to do. Jeff's gone. Oh, he's back. So
Cleaning my lens.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I thought it was my eyes.
No. So absolutely, that's
Like,
what you want to do.
Okay.
You want to play music. You want to do that. And for all of
Yeah.
Bumblefoot's and Jeff Scott Soto's fans, please subscribe to my channel, Artist on Record, right now if you're watching. I could use your help. I'm just a poor little guy from Brooklyn trying to make a buck. But
I'm just a poor boy.
Name that's who. What song are you singing from? What band? Does anybody know in the chat? I know.
Oh, is that a song? I was just making that up.
Well, sound a little bit like the Animals.
I thought it was the Boyds.
So
anyway, so then this is going on, and Weiland is saying things as if like he actually went as far as saying that Art of Anarchy was a scam from the beginning, and we reached out like, dude, I was like, is that a misquote? Or like, do you want to?
What was he so angry about, Scott Weiland?
A lot.
I don't know. It was their idea to make it a band, and then so it ended up becoming this whole legal thing because he took a big advance to be a member of a band and signed the band agreement, and then saying that he's not in the band and not renegotiating or anything. So, and then. Well,
were you stressing out at this point when this was all going on?
No, I was just trying to keep peace and try and just work it out. I mean, I had conversations I had with Weiland were fine. Like I felt like it was not personally bad with us, and I didn't want to see things get bad with him, and I didn't want to see it go down a bad road for anybody. But inevitably, it did. And then horribly, he passed away. So from there, we made it a free album. My original idea was let's just take all the proceeds and donate it to drug-related things that can maybe help someone else from ending up there.
Yeah.
But in the end, label and everyone just said, let's just make it a free thing. It was the last thing he did. His final release of music was just put it out there for free, and that was that. And then it was a question of, all right, what do we do with this band? Do we just let it wither and disappear? And then our manager said, I've been talking to Scott number 2. And we managed to put out an album called The Madness, did a couple of shows, and then things went pear-shaped, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, these Scots seem like a problem. All these kind of Scots. It's like, why don't you go for a Schneider or something like that? What, like a Weinstein?
Went like a Scoot.
A Weinstein.
A Scoot.
I don't think a Weinstein
or a
would be
Sport or something,
like
I've been called
other name.
Yeah, that would work for me.
I mean,
this
should be like a disclaimer. Maybe the Scott, 3 Scots, you're out. This is the last Scott right here, Jeff Scott Soto, right?
Hey, Scott's a charm. Come on, use the right.
Well, so we had the whole thing with Sons of Apollo and
that's right.
Little acoustic shows and whatever else we've done. Get them off that screen. And fucking mugs. So
it's a good-looking bunch of guys there. You got a vibe, huh? Look at that. It's a nice picture. Huh? Derek Shrinian looks like he's selling clothes on Melrose. I love this, right?
A lot of Photoshop in that photo.
It's a good shot. But so with Scott, the second Scott number 2 from
Mount
Creed,
Frogmore looks like 5.
Right. What happened to Scott Creed number 2? Why did he leave?
Scott Creed.
Scott Creed. What happened to Scott Creed? What happened?
Not talking about it.
You can't talk about it, right?
I can, but I won't.
All right. In the comments, if anybody has any question, want to help me with this interview, I'd be happy to take your questions. If you want to know,
I'm not going down the dirt road.
All right, don't go down the dirt. I go Wikipedia.
What matters is that everything happens for a reason, which led to us doing this now, which is the best thing in the world for this band. Having
Now,
Jeff.
let me ask you a question. You have all these Art of Anarchy albums between the other two Scotts, making a set
Two
list.
albums.
You
Yeah.
making the set list, right? Are you gonna? How many songs you can take from the past and bring in this one? Would you do?
Depends on how many we got to play live. If we got a 2-hour show, then we might have to grab a bunch from back then. If we're playing for a half hour, nothing. It depends.
It depends. It all depends. Okay.
And
Fair enough.
I would defer to, like we all are very communicative. We have our WhatsApp thing where like 1,000 times a day we're sending all kinds of messages about everything. Like it's wonderful to have a band where everybody is in contact, equal, included, participating, and contributing. And it's nice to finally have a situation that is fully a team where, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody has the same best interests.
Everybody has to.
Well, with Sons of Apollo, the first time out, we were forced to have to dig into the archives of the DeFulvio brothers. We had to do some Dream Theater stuff just to complete the show. Not that we didn't really need it when you think about it, because the songs on Sons of Apollo are so damn long. Even if you extended certain sections, but with all the solo spots and all that stuff, we still did a couple nods to the past. And that's the good thing about Art of Anarchy, is that they actually do have previous albums we can draw from, that we're not just filling in filling in the voids, filling in the spaces, where we be able to do songs from that band. Even though I would equate it more like the way when Sammy Hagar came into Van Halen, they really wanted the focus to be on that version of the band, but obviously they had to do a couple of the songs and some of the ones that fit more with Sammy's voice. And I think that would be the same call in this thing. It might be strange for certain songs on the first album. My voice might not sound as those songs really call for, but we'll cross.
I'm curious to hear it. I want to hear you singing that stuff. Let's try right now.
You will.
I love it. He's good. We might have to push back Adam Bomb. I might have to push him back a little bit. This interview could be going a while, huh?
That's so easy. I'll put the Z's in it. Be scarred for life. Sorry, that was Red singing it.
Okay, hold on. Really quick. I got to ask you a question, not to go off the subject, but you got your guitar, and I saw you do an interview about this. I was very interested. I'm a huge Beatle fan, and we all are. The world is. The magic Beatle chord, Hard Day's Night.
Oh, well, it's 2 chords, right? You just have a D, sus4. With it, you have an F with an added 9 on top. And you have a G in the bass and a C in there. So you have 1, 2, 3 with. And this chord is played on a 12 string. So you actually have this note, 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 and that note in the first chord. And this one at the same time.
You left us speechless.
Play the chord. Play the chord. Let me hear it.
Well, we need a 12 string and this bow. So again, you have this. You have.
Just play an octave higher on top of it.
So you have. All right, let's do that. You have this. And you have with it, which is this, an octave higher from the 12 string. So it's really 3 chords. You have this one.
All for one intro. That's a half a second.
And you have this at the same time.
So what I learned here, if you don't have a 12 string, you're not going to get it right.
Oh, no.
That's so anybody that's trying to learn that chord on a 6 string, you got to invest.
You fucked.
Was it a Rickenbacker 12 string?
Should be.
Now, how long did it take you to figure this out, Ron?
I just watched Randy Bachman talk about it on YouTube.
Really? Is that really what you did?
Yeah.
No.
And I'm going around talking about it like I know what the hell I'm talking about.
Let me ask you.
I stole it from him.
You stole it from Bubble. Everybody's like, hey, he's not a genius at all. He just watches YouTube.
He's not a genius. The myth of the foot. It's gone.
Screw this guy. Get Steve Vai on this.
Get Steve Vai. What the hell is this?
Adam Bomb, get on here.
I just lost 4 members already watching this crap. I thought I was getting somewhere. I'm not Rick Beato, whatever his name is, or Beato.
Rick Beato.
Rick
Oh, he's the best. He's amazing.
Great. Or the professor of rock. I'm just ADIKA from Brooklyn, sweat hog of rock and roll. So check it out. What is
Sweat
it?
hog.
Sweat hog of rock and roll. Is there a song, Ron, that stumped you trying to learn? You want to hear? Hold on.
Welcome back.
Hold on. Do you want to hear something?
Mhm.
I had John Sebastian on this show. For anybody who wants to know, I'll put a link right above here, and you can click on it. John Sebastian, and how he wrote that song in less than 24 hours, because the original guy that had the theme song for Welcome Back, Carter was Dion from Dion and the
Oh,
Belmont.
no way.
Yes. And I did 6-hour conversation with John Sebastian. And he wrote it at his hotel overnight like that, because he identified being a sweat hog. He goes that he was a sweat hog. Great story.
Between Ron and I, we're gonna do a little side project called Juan Epstein. Because he
Good.
Puerto Rican.
He's the one on the Epstein.
I've never been so disappointed. I'm so just subscribe. So check it out. So is just
Are
subscribe.
you disappointed in the entire conversation?
Don't worry about it.
Or
Just
or
buy
in
the
the
record.
Funny, he could play that
Oh.
Beatles chord, I think.
welcome back. Welcome back.
Great song. Great
Oh,
song.
yeah, we tease 'em a lot.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
You got 'em on the spot.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, we tease 'em
I
a
put the
lot.
latency's completely off.
I know.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
What a great how great.
It's been a hard day's night.
There it is. You can't do it. Let me ask you guys a question before we go off, because we got off
You got
track.
Adam
here,
Bomb coming, yeah.
we got Adam Bomb coming on really quick. How great was music from the 70s, from the TV shows? The best written music in the world. It's great.
What the amazing thing is, listen to all those chord changes. You don't hear that anymore. You don't hear
No.
masters of chordal structures and
So
strings, and it's amazing.
incredible.
Oh, the theme for Match.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Or what's that?
Songs that make
Those
Go, Ron.
70s.
Girls and men were men.
Picture using that today in lyrics.
Right? Like,
Head
our
of
New
show.
York roots right there. That's our New York roots right there.
Totally.
Hey, Ron, we got to get to the best part of this Art of Anarchy story. Me. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, we'll go back. We'll have another show about TV show hits, but what great music. I think you should do those with the days with Art of Anarchy, right? I think that'd be a
So we're
good.
gonna save that for the Juan Epstein thing I was telling you about. Just me and Ron.
All
We're
right,
gonna
so
do your favorite thing you did.
okay, Ron, hold on. Mute the guitar for a second, because the people want to know. The publicist.
Well, and those good old-fashioned values.
Which we used to reply.
Okay, I am completely derailing your shit.
Shemazel.
We're gonna do it. Actually, that's not right. We're gonna do on your mark.
Let's stump him.
We can do it. On your mark, get set and go now. Gotta
dream the way we go now.
We're gonna make our dreams come true. What's up,
Do it in our way.
We won't die.
Great part of the song.
What's impossible
This time, there's no stopping us. We're gonna do it our way.
And calm down. Gotta dream, we just know now. We're gonna make our dreams come true. The cool ending was, and we'll do it our way. Yes, our way.
Make our dreams come true. Our way. Our way. Make our dreams come come true. Oh, yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
It's so arena. You could make
That's
that
Made in
such a,
Heaven right here.
that's an anthem song.
This is the real reason. This is the real reason I wanted to stay working.
Come and knock on our door. Okay,
Knock on our door.
we can go. We can basically
Let's
go for a whole
finish
damn
this
decade
song.
playing this.
Come
shit.
on, you got to
I
finish
heard
that
a
song.
rumor that this is what Ron used to do. He used to practice at home. He would just watch TV and play the theme songs and everything he heard on TV. He'd learn it and play it as he's watching it. His friends would be going, "What are you doing?"
Is that true? Is that true?
I would just, yeah, if I'm like watching TV, I would just have a guitar and just listening to it. I would just learn it as I listen. So I pretty much know every damn thing I ever watched on TV.
It's like, so what's your favorite theme show? Like if you had to go on a desert island, 5 great songs that you would take.
Oh, that's Landing, of course.
What would you take with you, Ron? Your 5 top desert TV show songs would you want to listen to?
Oh, I have no fucking idea. Oh,
Great, great song.
All right.
This episode is brought to you by Cannoli Cream Coffee right now. You get some 3C coffee right there, and also go to our shop to buy some coffee mugs. Anyway,
Who wrote the song? Wait, who wrote the song?
Quincy Jones.
Thank you very much.
You can't, you know, I know.
Good
I
on
know.
you.
Great song.
yeah.
Great.
Now I'm thinking of all of them. What the hell was it?
I will never get another guest from your publicist again after this interview. They see this. What kind of interview? This one makes it fun. Hold on, watch this, Jeff. Watch this. Look.
What else? What about wait, what was the Jeffersons again?
Moving on up.
Yeah,
We're moving
Key
on.
of G. Key of G, I think.
G. Well, moving on up to the side, to a deep in sky. We're moving on up to the side. We finally got a bit of Be nobody can tell. Be nobody on the ground.
What a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now it's up in the big league. Take it up, turn it that. As long as you think it's you and me, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. Moving on up. Moving on up.
In the sky. We're moving on up to the east side.
Moving on up.
We finally got a piece of the pie. So now, what about Good Times?
Oh, man.
Good times.
Oh, right here. Hey.
Making a day that you can temporarily. Good times. Oh, KRP. Good times. Surviving. Good times. Good times.
We lucky we got them. Bum, 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 bum.
Now this one will stump Ron for sure. There's no
KRP,
way he
we gotta do KRP.
Okay.
Soap, holy shit.
Do you know that one?
Soap. All right, KRP. Load it back into my head. What was the give me that file.
All right, let's see. What is how
KRP.
can you
Oh, wait.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Yep, yes. KRP Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. But the whole
Yeah.
singing, you can't make out what the hell it's singing.
You know what? I could play you an intro of it.
Why can't, yeah, I need
I'm
someone
gonna help
to-
you because it's
put it
gonna
in.
bother me. Screw the interview. Let's pick the songs. Hold on a second here. I need
I should
to
tune this fucking thing.
tune this. Let's see. And I'll tell you right now. All right, here we go. Ready? I'm gonna give you a little bar of this.
Yeah, just give me like a name that tune kind of like quickie.
Ready? Hold on.
I can name that tune in 17 notes.
Ever wondered
Okay, thank you. Done. Put it back in. Let me just finish tuning this thing up. Hang on a second. If you want to...
This is Ron's birthday party. For everybody that couldn't make it, I brought it to you.
No cost involved to anyone.
No
here.
cost. In the meantime, I'll put links for Art of Anarchy. You can check that out.
My Steph stuff. He's got coffee mugs. He's got coffee.
I'm living on the air in Cincinnati.
There it is.
Cincinnati, WKRP.
Oh, modulation.
Up and down, there and down. Nothing you can do, meant to be. Baby, wow. I'm at WKRP
in Cincinnati.
I can't believe you pulled that out. Okay, I'm going to be impressed if you pull this out really quick.
That's the theme from Soap. Come on.
Wait.
It's in the wrong key though. That's not the original. It's bum ba bum ba bum ba 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 bum ba bum ba bum. That's the wrong key. They hate that. Bum ba bum ba bum.
Don't remember that one.
Okay,
because it's it wasn't it a little quicker and a little more like peppy.
It was. Yeah, it was. He's got it.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, you're back to being a genius, Ron. All right,
dude. I can't believe you figured that out. Okay, how about Benny Hill?
Who has a kazoo handy?
Holy Ron. Holy Ron has a kazoo. Okay, how about Hawaii 5-0?
Load in the file. It's out of my it's out of my hard drive.
Monsters I just did.
Monsters.
Hear that? Hold on.
Wait, do we go?
Here we go. Here's Hawaii.
Okay, go.
Let me go get my trumpet. I'll be right back.
Oh man, he is
the
great.
Monsters you said before, right? Do it here. Excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I want to be man, it's right there.
It's right there. Okay, here's an East Coast one. Courageous Cat.
Oh, you're going back now. Go way back now.
That's a deep cut.
That's a super deep cut.
That's deep.
Well, fuck my elbow and call me Charles. I have no idea. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
All right, give me a couple of seconds. See if we can load it in. Wait. Then does it go like something like that? I could be remembering wrong. I might be mixing up.
You're mixing that with Get Smart.
You don't know the Magic Garden, do you?
Oh, wait. Well, Get Smart. Let's do Get Smart.
Okay.
Because now I have Magic Garden in my head. Don't you have a real good time? Right? Was that it? Don't you have a real good time? Or is that something else?
Was that it? Hold on, I'm gonna go.
Magic Garden was those.
The two girls.
I would like to see them. Like, I want to go look them up.
She
because
played
when I was like,
Sandy. The one played Sandy on Broadway in Greece.
no shit, Sandy.
That is
I swear to God.
the Magic Garden. With a Sherman the Squirrel.
But I would like to see, like, I want to go back and see a picture of them from back then, because you know how your perspective changes with your age? It's like I used to see them as like adults, and I look at them now and they probably look like toddlers. You know?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a little hint of this. Now hopelessly devoted. But do you know who wrote? Here's trivia for you. Who wrote Sandy from Greece? You know who wrote it? No. Screaming Scott Simon from Sha-Na-Na.
Really?
Yep. Here.
Da, 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 da.
That's way off.
Way off.
That's Magic Garden?
That's
okay,
Magic
so
Garden.
what the hell was I thinking of?
Maybe the outro. They had another song. See ya. Hope you had a
real good time. That's what I'm remembering.
Outro, yes.
What's interesting is that if you look at a lot of the songs from the 70s,
yes.
they were using the sixth note, which is when you have a scale, boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which was used more so in like the 40s big band music for a lot of things. And it kind of fell out of fashion over the decades. But a lot of the songwriters that grew up in that time still use them. And even if you listen to like the Beatles one, is like the, she loves you, yeah, 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 yeah. That's almost like a throwback to those days that they did.
Interesting.
So you find that a lot of these 70s shows, they're using that 6 in there. And in this one too. The sad Hulk song. Shit. All right. Hum 2 notes. I need someone to hum 2 notes of it for me to get it back in my head.
I got to find it. That was a random one. The sad.
Oh, wait. I got it.
There it is.
Yeah. Wow.
It's almost like the MASH theme. It's almost got the same.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is also from that 70s era of, it's almost like Wild World.
You are a genius, Ron. Look at this guy. Wild World, yeah.
I keep telling them they have to donate his brain to science. They have to take your brain and put it in.
It's incredible.
What a waste. What a waste. We don't do something to Ron's brain when he's no longer with us.
This is what goes on like backstage and on the tour bus and stuff like that. You go on stage, you play the songs, and that's it. You play the songs. But really, like, all that shit is just the top little tip of the iceberg. And the stuff off stage is really what every musician is made of. Like, that's the stuff below the surface. And like when you're just hanging out and shooting the shit with them and everything. That's really when you see, what every musician is about.
It's incredible. Ron, you have who's a bucket list guy that you'd like to play with that you have not?
He's played with everyone. He's played with everyone by now.
I haven't. No. I mean, everyone says Dave Grohl. I know, but I'm trying to think. Who the fuck? Paul McCartney or Ringo, one of the Beatles.
Yeah. One of the Beatles, huh?
Definitely. Or
I've just seen a face. Great song.
Or
Maybe I'm amazing. Great. What about, you know what's a real sad thing, you guys? Denny Lane, I just saw a GoFundMe for him that he's been sick and he has no medical insurance. How sad is that?
It's fucked. It's not okay.
It's
No.
not okay.
Kind of the music business personified though when you think about it.
Yeah, everybody is just, we're not employed, and we don't, you build up whatever
There's no
you
pension
didn't
plan,
eat, and you leave in the bank, and yeah.
It's because he was so talented. He's such a talented guy, and from the Moody Blues, and a big part of Wings, and it broke my heart. Like I go,
Well, let's post the link for it.
I actually will
Yeah.
put it in there. GoFundMe, and I did a show last Sunday on Coffee Talk, and I'll put another link in here after we end this. I'm going to put a link there for him as well.
I apologies to Adam Baum. I hope you've already informed them that you're going to be late.
You know what? I could do another I could do another thing here, and then tell him, "Hey, Adam, we're going to push it back a half hour. Don't worry about it."
Actually, I'm supposed to give a guitar lesson in 5 minutes. So should
Oh.
we just let Adam Baum off and stop torturing all these?
Okay,
people?
okay, really quick. Let's get to some bullet points here. Art of Anarchy. Jeff Scott Soto's the new Scott in town. There's a new kid in town, and it's called Scott Soto right here. Everybody, give him a round
There's
of
a
applause.
new kid in town.
There we go. Yeah, everything always leads to a song.
Everything leads to a song. We can't.
70s song from
Yeah,
TV.
hanging out with Phil X for a month. It was every time I say something, he starts singing it, or he says something, I start singing it. I'm
he's the
driving
best.
everybody crazy with this little new habit.
He's another great
Love it.
talent, Phil. Great
Oh,
talented
he's
guy.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I got to ask you, Ron. You and Jeff playing with Brian May. The experience. Tell me.
Lovely.
Love. That's it. Just lovely.
It was lovely.
It's incredible.
My favorite moment of that was watching when because we did a really long version of Comfortably Numb. As you know, the outro guitar solo just goes on forever, as does Ron. He went off the stage and actually played to the audience, and he got right in front of Brian May, and Brian's like bowing to him. I'm like,
No way.
"That's the
Really?
greatest moment
I
I've
didn't
ever
even
experienced."
realize Brian was sitting there because I'm just like kind of, focused on my shit and just
When
playing
you
and
put your-
people,
when you
and then
put
it's like,
your leg up on his lap.
hey, how are you? Yeah.
So
but
wait a
he's-
second, Ron. Brian May gave you a bow.
He was bowing to him.
He was extremely kind.
mean,
with
how-
that. It should be the other way around.
Now,
And
now
I wanted to give him my guitar. I was like, you play. Here, take it.
that's incredible. Incredible. Very nice guy, huh? Dr. Brian Sir.
Wonderful. Yes.
One of the
Such
best.
the greatest soul. Like what you hear from the music, that beauty in the music, that's where it comes from. It comes from that beautiful soul.
He's a good person. Good energy, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's very cool to hear. He grew up listening to this cat. Great. Wonderful. Okay.
Now, do you guys want to keep talking and I'll jump off and you keep going?
No, it's okay. No, we can always do another one down the road if we keep, but this was fun. This was raw. This was cool. Art of Anarchy. I'll put links down below. Check out the music, the band. We got the third Scott in town. He ain't gonna let you down.
The
Right?
one and only.
The one and
Yes.
only Jeff Scott
Oh.
Soto.
Album dropped in
There will be
February.
no Scots before him.
No, it's cool to see you two playing again because I'm going to tell you something. Your SOA project that you guys both did together, it was really cool. And Jeff Scott Soto, you're just a great guy, a great friend, and I love your voice. It's arena rock. And Bumblefoot, great guitar player. And what can I say? You guys are just, besides musicianships, you're good people, and I'm always glad to have you on the
I'm
show.
just comedy relief for Jeff. That's all.
No, it's great. I hope I didn't destroy your interview, Ron.
The reason why Ron loves me is because I laugh at all his jokes. He's like, I'm gonna keep Jeff around. He's the only guy that laughs at my jokes.
Everyone else is like,
it's totally. And look at this.
"Hey, sorry, cranky.
We're getting over here. More happy birthdays. Yesterday was Ron's birthday, and a big happy birthday to
Jeff
Ron.
Kempton is this incredible musician, magician. Listen to me, fuck, dude. Jeff, what's up, man? Kempton. He's a fantastic magician. You got to check out all his social media sites. He does stuff. I don't know how that, like right in front of your eyes. You're like,
Really?
how did he do that? Amazing.
I like to bring him on the show and show me some tricks.
Seriously, you got to have him on. Mind-blowing stuff. It's just so entertaining. He's amazing.
That'd be very cool. Maybe we could do a part 2 and bring the magician. We'll all talk and gab a little bit about favorite songs and all that stuff. But in the meantime, you could also, I'll put links for the hot sauce, Bumblefoot's hot sauce.
Oh yeah.
And we got Vilified, the new single, and the video, and the album coming up in February, the entire album. Let There Be Anarchy, album number 3. our
Ron
finest
and Vince
work.
Voda, Ron Bumblefoot Thal, Tony Dickinson,
Tony
and
Dickinson.
myself. Look at that
There they
ugly
are,
bunch
oh,
of dudes.
motherfuckers.
Except for the guy at the end, the young guy that looks like Dave Grohl.
That's right. We have the Art of Anarchy right there. I'll put links down below for the great music that they're giving you and everybody. These are my buddies, Bumblefoot, Jeff Scott Soto in the house. God, thank you both for being in here. Everybody else, if it was your first time here, please subscribe. Bumblefoot would like it. Jeff would like it. All the Scots in the world, subscribe today.
Yes. Okay. I'm
All right.
out. Thank you
You're
all
out.
so much for hanging and for the chat and everything. Jeff, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
And cool. Thanks so much. Bye.
I'll see you later, Ron. See you
Bye.
later. Another
Bye-bye.
great interview with the wonderful Bumblefoot right here in the house, right there. Give him a round of applause. All right, everybody. Beautiful. Thank you all for being here. I am Stefan. You guys are all beautiful. That was Jeff Scott Soto. I am Stefan ADIKA. You guys are all beautiful. We're going to go right now at noon. We're going to go hang out with Adam Bomb. Make sure you subscribe if it was your first time here. I appreciate Ron's people joining. Subscribe to this channel. We have a lot of great rock and roll stories. This was off the cuff. I'm going to let this one roll out. Happy birthday, Ron. Hey, Jeff Scott Soto, you're the best. Two great cats in town. Make sure you check out their music. I'll put all links down below. Right now, we're starting our other episode with Adam Bomb. It'll end after this. Make sure you check that out. Great guy. All right. Love you all. Until then, it's only rock and roll. We all like it. Debbie Mola, Steve, Tara, thank you for being a member. If you guys want to see more episodes like this, unedited, uncut, join our all-access member for $9.99 per month. You get all our interviews with your favorite celebrity artists all together. All righty? Love you all. Thanks for being here again. And remember, who loves you, baby? We do. And make sure you like and comment. Put your comments down below and click on the box that'll pop up somewhere. If not now, in a second or two. Mwah!